Okay. Anybody can get hot beats. Not anybody can have someone pull up and say, what do you need? Like, what are you trying to do? I'll just do it for you right now.
Okay, baby be calling me Hercules, cause the H on my waist, but this bitch here stand for her.
I'm Kenny Beats. I'm a Connecticut native. I'm 27 years old. I make music with a lot of people. I've done music my whole life. It's really the only thing I've ever done. I play guitar since I was like 8 years old. I started playing drums. I started making beats at like 15. I went to Berklee School of Music. That was my first choice. I didn't even apply to other colleges. I went straight there. And then got out of college DJing and then came back to doing like Kenny stuff. Like it's really never been anything but that. I'm 6'7", so everyone's always like, you're not gonna play basketball? Like, oh, you're not gonna do this? Like, you're not gonna hit the gym? And I'm just like, bro, I wanna make music. It's not just having a hot song with like my favorite rapper, you know what I mean? I wanna change someone, I wanna make someone cry, I wanna make someone's mom cry. Like I wanna make a song that really is gonna affect people. I told Key to give me a tag and he just roasted me. And he was like he didn't want to do it, and he went in the booth and he started just saying like all this funny stuff. Like twisted metal shit, man, Fat Man Key, Kenny Beats, like this. I didn't like any of it, and then the second to last thing he said was just, whoa, Kenny. It's weird because the rest of it is him just roasting me and just making fun of me and like laughing, and then the whoa, Kenny just sounds perfect. It's like from God, like it just sounded like that moment needed to happen, and then he kept roasting me.
Whoa, Kenny.
How is it so perfect? Like it makes no sense. 3 things I need in the studio. I need weed, I need yerba. This is like organic Red Bull basically, and my computer, that's all I need. I could literally be anywhere in the world right now with those 3 things and I'll make you something crazy, I promise.
I'm about to run this. Oh, get it! When that pressure on. Tell me. What the fuck you gonna do when that pressure on?
Will you be stepped like your lunch, or will you turn on the just like
when that pressure on? What the fuck you gonna do when that pressure on?
Will you be stepped like your lunch, or will you turn on the just like you say?
I ain't gonna pull over and park. And I'm for sure I finna feed my family in the dark. Cut me a line, tip my head off like a fucking mark.
I love that song. On my computer, it's called Real Questions, because that's what he named it the first day that we were working on it. A lot of what he's doing is posing ideas to you about like, are you sure about this? Like, you sure these people are riding for you? You sure this girl's gonna have your back? Like, you sure you got this money at the end of the month to pay this rent? So I played this All Black song in this meeting one time. I'm not gonna name any names, but a very, very, very big rapper was trying to buy, I'm talking like one of the top 10 biggest rappers right now, period, was trying to buy the hook, that what the fuck you gonna do when the pressure on? And our project was dropping in a couple days, and this rapper kept saying they wanted to buy it and this and that, and we were like, well, you better figure it out because we about to drop, and then we just dropped and said, fuck it. When me and Rico made Counting Up, we had a session like 2 days before. We made Trust Issues. It was going crazy. The next day we're all hitting each other like, oh my God, this song is so hard. They're like, okay, we're gonna go to the desert. We're gonna film a video for Trust Issues like in Vegas or something. Her whole team left LA, went to Vegas to film the video, filmed the whole video, went to a casino. Rico won like 30 grand on a slot machine. It might've been 50, I think it was 30. I'm gonna be reasonable. She literally put a quarter into a slot machine, won like 30 grand, came back, and then that night we made Counting Up. I'm not sure if it's still on my Instagram, it might be, but there's a video of Rico when she had the Tekashi hair. She had like all different color hair, and she's in here with like 20 grand, just counting it, just throwing it, rapping to this song. And I think that's what inspired like steady counting up.
Oh, get it! Hey, please don't worry, let me run inside your shit, I need a SP. No scandal, no trust me. Self-defense, no wrestling. Book a seat on the I make money disappear.
I didn't have a lot of money in my bank account in December last year. I had a lot of family stuff go on, taxes, business things. So I was going through it with my stuff. Key had whole other issues going on in his life. We were both in here like not really like having the best time, you know what I mean? Pounding Hennessy, like laughing, making fun songs. Like we were pretty like down, you know what I mean? Both of us. And he did that whole first part of the song up to the child star line. I knew it was dope. Like obviously, every time Key raps, it's dope. So I was like, okay, we'll come listen to it tomorrow, whatever. We came back the next day. I got here before him and I just started listening to it and I was like, I can't explain to you like the feeling I had. I was just like, oh my God, this is gonna be important. Like this is gonna be a song that means a lot to a lot of people. And it was half finished, it was 40 seconds done. And so Key got back here later, completely sober, like we're hungover, it's the next day or day or two later. And he went in and he went from child star, I think it's like right here.
But don't look now,
They getting nervous. I remember they curved me.
that when Kim had broke my heart.
And she knew it. It's just crazy because we did it one night like real fucked up and then we finished it real sober. Seeing Key do it live now with a band and everything, it's come so far from that moment, you know, and it was right here.
Oh, get it!
Yeah. Fucking with a package in the back and get the fuck off. When they sent the popo to my doorway, I was ducked off. Fucking up a plate of sushi, walked down with the duck sauce. Hit the pack of doggy to me, walking fucking bucks off.
Hold on, we gotta play Greedo verse too though.
I got the world rodeo on my neck. 100 kilos in my trunk, I might get
Cruising through the
this.
street in my 018, sending the bitches, serving the fiends, riding through the streets, it's called a lick. Yeah, took that shit, then I caught my first brick.
I'm a very low criminal, roll bottle in the nip.
I
I got the soul, I got the drill in it.
I
hate the dealership. My ad lib.
Everybody general, cause everybody militant. German gang the
Army, the Navy, we killing shit. Ooh.
Took a bag, bust a lick and run a jet.
Free the GOAT. That song, Death Row, that was made in this room. Me and Freddie were working on Freddie. I didn't know it was gonna be Freddie at the time. Me and Freddie Gibbs were just making songs. We had already made like at least 2 or 3, I think. And then he came in here and did this one. And like every time Freddie came here, it just got better. Like he would come here, he'd do something, it was like, oh, that was hard. Then he would come here and do something, like, oh my God, that was even harder. And like when he did this one, we were just like, bro, like we might have to put somebody on this. Like this shit is crazy because everything else we were doing was no features. Greedo was coming to the studio that night. Like normally how I work it out is I do a day session, maybe something in between, and then like a late night session most times. So Freddie was during the day, Greedo was at night, and I told him, I was like, yo, Greedo's gonna be here later. Like, you could probably kill this. Like it's some super West Coast, like Eazy-E type shit, it could be perfect. And Freddie was like, cool, yeah, see if he fucks with it. His average is like 8 to 10 songs minimum a night. So we had probably already worked on a couple songs. On his way out, I remembered, I was like, oh, I was supposed to play him the Freddie Gibbs song. Like I didn't play it for him. So Greedo was about to leave. He had his backpack on, he had his jacket on, like he was dapping me up to leave. And I was like, bro, like Freddie Gibbs left you some shit, I forgot. And he was like, word, like play it. And I was like, oh, we might actually do it. So I played the song, it was Death Row without Greedo. And then he's like, he think I sound like Eazy-E or some shit, like watch this. Walks in the booth, backpack on, everything on. He's like on his Instagram live, like did the whole verse, like 2 takes. Took him about maximum 5 minutes, maybe 6 minutes. Did the whole verse and then walked out here and then filmed the video. I'll show y'all the video, but like filmed me and him just sitting here like this that 03 Greedo, Freddie Gibbs, Kenny B shit, da da da. It's like within 7 minutes, that whole song got finished and it became like a real standout on the project. Free 03 Greedo. Hold on, let me play it.
I swear I'm traumatized. I'm caught up in that fire. I swear I'm traumatized. Caught in that fire. Lot of bullets flying, whole lot of people dying. I swear I'm traumatized.
So me and my friend Judge Beats made that in here. And then someone had told me like, yo, like to send this for Youngboy right now. Like he's listening to beats right now, blah, blah, blah. And I sent that, didn't hear anything for a couple of hours and then just got the song back a couple hours later. I was like, oh, so he's feeling it. And then I went to the studio, I got invited to the studio with him. He like put on his jacket, he was ready to leave, he was like done for the day, and I was like waiting to go into the studio. Saw him walking out, and Eli from Atlantic who's Youngboy's A&R, like Eli was like, Youngboy, this is Kenny, like he made Traumatized. And he looked at me and he was like, that shit hard. And then he walked back in the studio and took his jacket off, like to work. And so I went back in and I started playing beats, and the first beat I played him became Permanent Scar for him and Young Thug, which is maybe my favorite song, one of my favorite songs I produced this year, for sure, top 5. But yeah, like, sent this one beat me and Judge made, had it in mind for him, got it to him, then I got to the studio, and then we made one of my favorite songs ever. And he put Thug on it, and then he introduced me to Thug. Do you hear that he dropped his phone in the beginning? You can hear it.
Nigga drop his phone. Okay, baby, be calling me Hercules, cause the H on my waist, but this bitch here stand for Hermes. Okay, I done pop me a birthday, cause I heard it help with the pain, but just help my back aches. Okay, baby, it don't hurt me. Let's begin after 3, cause a nigga like foreplay. Okay, tripping like I just took a shit at Clock Toilet.
So that song got made in Atlanta, not here, but the beat was made in this room. And I was working really heavily on Vince Staples' project at the time on FM. I had made that beat like thinking Vince was gonna love it, and then we were already kind of wrapped up with all that stuff, and it was just sitting on my computer, and I hadn't really had anybody in mind for it or anything. It was just kind of, I had this real like Snoop Pharrell kind of thing on here. It felt like Drop It Like It's Hot, but only because it's a similar tempo and there's a tongue click in it. It goes like, but it's not a sample, and it's not like I didn't base it on it. It just kind of feels like it. And so I went to Atlanta. Ski was working. I saw Ski at Young Band's house. We made a song, me, him, and Young Band's. It's fire. And then he had a session like a night or two after that. I pulled up on his session, and when I walked in, there's a couple producers, a couple homies just like making a beat. And to me, like if I'm walking in the session and people are just like making a beat or whatever, I'm assuming like people played a bunch of beats and none of those beats got taken. So now we're making something to try to like figure it out. So I'm just sitting in the room like smoking, and I'm just like, if I get that aux chord, it's over. Like if someone gives me that aux, like it's over. Because they were making a kind of like sad like guitar kind of beat, and I'm sure like Ski had said like I want something like that, but I got the aux chord, I played that beat first, and he just looked at me and was just like, you could tell he starts laughing when he gets excited about shit, and like he just started kind of laughing and looking at me, and I was like, this is gonna be perfect. Like this is gonna, like that kind of energy, you know what I mean, is what people love out of him. They love that like Timbo, Missy, kind of Pharrell, Neptune's 90s vibe, because he does his best on those kind of things, more so than like a typical 2018 trap beat, you know? And so I played it for him, he reacted to it. I had to leave in a couple hours, and he was writing, and I've worked with Ski and I've recorded Ski before, and like I know basically what his process is, and I could tell like he's getting into it, he's gonna record soon, like this is gonna go down tonight, this song's gonna get done, but I had to go to the airport. So I had to leave Atlanta in like an hour. I left for the airport, I got on a flight to go to LA, and when I landed in LA, I opened my phone, and it was just like so many notifications and so many people bugging out, and he had released that snippet of him just sitting in the studio like dancing to it. And I was in that studio a couple hours before, left, came to LA, and then heard my beat in it, and he just said tag Pharrell or some shit. And I was like, oh no, this is gonna be crazy. And it was like one of Ski's biggest snippets. Like it got like millions and millions and millions of impressions and shit. And then it got me on Billboard. We hit number 81 last month.
Yo, this is Kenny Beats, and you're watching Snippets on Power 106.
Niggas still getting buns, hot dogs. Niggas not fucking with your coleslaw. Woke up to a good life, baby.